We have an interesting story for you today, right at the intersection of sports, college, law, and money. NCAA athlete pay shakeup. Title IX, you've heard of this. Title IX changes the game potentially. We have an article here from ESPN. Department of Education says Title IX applies to payments to athletes. So what? So what does this mean? Schools must distribute funds equitably between male and female athletes, including NIL, name, image, and likeness deals and direct payments. What's at stake here? A lot. Equal athletic financial assistance. Athletic financial assistance. That's the key word here, right? Athletic financial assistance. Because the money, the NIL money, is being considered athletic financial assistance. And as traditionally understood under Title IX laws, athletic financial assistance specifically refers to scholarships and grants provided by schools to student athletes. In this context, however, the name, image, and likeness context, and based on recent Department of Education memos, the scope of Title IX appears to be expanding or being interpreted differently to include direct payments made to athletes, such as those tied to revenue sharing agreements. Under equal athletic financial assistance, if 50% of athletes are women, then 50% of the money, the NIL money, should rather must go to women. And also equitable publicity, which means that schools must promote men's and women's sports equally on social media and media coverage and beyond. This is important if you're an agent, if you're working with college students, schools will likely restructure payments. And the NCAA's $20.5 million antitrust settlement could collapse. The memo says, and you can see here, when a school provides athletic financial assistance in forms other than scholarships or grants, including compensation for the use of student athletes' NIL, name, image, likeness, such assistance also must be made proportionately available to male and female students. What are the arguments for this? The arguments for this are gender equity, Title IX's core goal, again, to ensure equal opportunities, fair financial assistance, promoting women's sports. The arguments against the ruling, what the critics are saying is that football and basketball pay the bills. Revenue generating sports like football and men's basketball fund entire athletic departments. The critics are arguing that this is unfair to divide funds equally when women's sports don't generate the same income. There's also the potential loss of athlete payments. Schools may reduce total athlete compensation rather than risk lawsuits, which could potentially leave all athletes worse off. Potential hindrance to the NIL market. Critics are saying the ruling disrupts NIL deals by discouraging schools and collectives from offering top deals to male athletes in high profile sports, potentially driving elite talent to professional leagues. And a bit of ambiguity for the collectives. Title IX doesn't clearly apply to third party collectives funding NIL deals, which leaves a legal gray area for agents and schools trying to navigate compliance. So, what's next? Some are calling this a win for equity and fairness, under the understanding that female athletes will finally get equal access to financial resources and more visibility in college sports. The critics, they're afraid that this ruling prioritizes ideology over reality, threatening the financial stability of college sports and undermining its competitive edge. I'd be very interested to hear your thoughts. Is this a good move in the right direction? Equality for women, or are we not paying athletes fairly? If men's football, men's basketball are paying the bills, if that's the reason that the money's coming in for the NIL, should they get most of the money, or is 50-50 fair in this situation?